Hello, hello, YouTube. It's Shamina Taylor, your wealth mentor and your expert in all things on creating your reality. And I said I was going to go live a little bit earlier, but I'm here now, so that's fine. And today I want to talk to you about the one thing that you're probably not doing right now that's going to open up so much for you, so much success, wealth, and money. And I know many of you who love me on YouTube are going to really enjoy this because I have not gone live in a long time. And hopefully, there's some people who are going to jump on. As you're jumping on, I want you to say hi. And it's kind of late, so I don't know where everybody is. We're just going to see if if you guys come. Let's see. As you're coming on, say hi, hi, hi. Hold on. Let me see. My Cartier is all tangled up. And I don't know what the heck's going on with it. All right. As I'm waiting to see who's coming. Well, I'm going to get started. Can you guys just drop me some hearts so I know that you're watching and that you're here? All right, I'm going to get started. Now, here's something that I really feel like is, or just say hi over there in the chat. One thing that I really feel like is super important when you are like trying to create a reality or an outcome is that you got to have a clean slate when you get started. Like the slate needs to be clean. So a lot of people will sit there and they'll try to manifest and visualize and they'll try to create something and they'll be like, where the hell is it? Why isn't it showing up? And if that's you, just drop in the comments like, yeah, that's me. I've been trying to do this. Now, I want to teach you to do something on demand. Now, I'm going to get into a little sciencey stuff here because I think if you understand the science behind it, you're really going to get an understanding of what the hell is going on. So here's what I'm talking about. Now, we all have a prefrontal cortex, right? Everybody with me? And then we all have a sympathetic nervous system and a parasympathetic nervous system. And we got a vagus nerve, and we all have a nervous system. Now, for many people, saying that I want to be a millionaire is going to be something that they say it, but then there's going to be something going on in their amygdala that's going, hey, that's dangerous. That doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel right. And they won't even know that it's happening. So I'm going to put you on some game really quick right now. And it's going to really, really help you. So when you're trying to get to another level or get outside of that sense of safety, your body is keeping score. Your body is telling you right now, hey, like, girl, that's not safe to do. We're not going to do that. We're not going to that next level because we like to go to familiar things. So I'm going to give you an example that maybe some of you will relate to. So you ever start you're now, you've worked on yourself and you're like, I'm raising my standards. I'm no longer dating broke guys. I'm not dating guys who are like toxic. I'm not repeating that pattern. And all of a sudden the pattern comes back again. And you're like, wait, why is this guy emotionally unavailable? Why am I still stuck in this pattern? How many of you have ever experienced that where you're like, I'm stuck in this pattern still, and I don't want, hold on, close. I don't want to be feeling this anymore. And I'm stuck in this pattern and it keeps repeating itself over and over again. And you're like, but I don't want this anymore. I actually want to attract this into my life. But why is this pattern showing up? I'm doing all the right things. I'm doing my healing work. I actually don't even feel like that's even a problem anymore. But why am I repeating this pattern? Can anybody say that they've experienced that? If so, drop it in the chat. Say, yes, it's me. And I myself was with this, like sometimes we think we got to dig really, really deep and go inside and like figure out like what the hell is wrong. Now, I'll tell you one thing that I figured out is that money and in me are besties till the day I die. I know that I'm going to be wealthy no matter what. I'm going to have money supporting me. Like I trust it's going to be there. It's never going to leave me. And I say that with such power and conviction with a knowingness that money will never leave. Now, how did Shamina get here and how can you get there? Right? Is that what what you're thinking about? How can I get there and think about like money is never going to leave me? Money is always going to be there. A lot of people have this fear around money. And if you have a fear around money, drop it in the comments saying that's me. I have a fear around money or I have a relationship with money that needs to get improved. I'm going to tell you this right now. You don't have a problem. What you have is a regulation issue. And so, how your prefrontal cortex works is it's the one that makes all the decision making. It is usually the rational decision maker. Now, if you have an experience with money or any experience that have put you in a state of fear where you feel afraid, where you feel unsafe, what's going to happen is that is programmed right now in your amygdala. And then when it's programmed in your amygdala, what's going to be happening is your amygdala is going to override your prefrontal cortex. It's going to send a bunch of blood there. It's going to mess you up. You're not going to be thinking straight. And then you go back to the old pattern, even though that pattern is chaos, disorder, and, a guy who is not good for you. And he is like, you know, toxic and you keep going back to him again. You're like, why am I doing this thing? Or why have I done this? Or maybe you've done this in the past. You're like, I like bad boys. It's because the amygdala is sending you a couple of things. Going to your next level is scary. And you know what? It's better that we go back to the known thing that we've done before because that's a known danger. It's not an unknown danger. And that's the thing that I want to repeat. So for many people, they stay in the familiarity. Who is relating to this? Can you drop down? Give me a yes if that's you. You stay in the familiarity. And when you're in the familiarity, is that even a freaking word? Yeah, it is. You then don't break the pattern. So one of the things that I do and I work on is breaking patterns. I've got a masterclass coming up called Emotional Baddie, and it's in the description. Go sign up for it. It's free. It's probably my last free one that I'm probably ever going to do. And the reason why I want to teach this is because I believe that for most people to break through to their next level, they think that there's something super wrong with them. And I want people to understand that it is so important to master your emotions. If you guys have not been watching my channel, if you've been around anything I've been teaching, I talk about mastering emotions. And I've seen with people who go through my work about 6 to 8 week mark in my program called Accessing the Quantum through Emotional Self Mastery, they start having a shift because now they're no longer getting into the triggered state. When your amygdala takes over, you're always going to be in triggered state. This is where your wounded feminine and your wounded masculine is coming in because you're trying to protect yourself from impending danger, fear, or harm. And so the amygdala is going to go back to, hey, this feels bad. This feels dangerous. So your body is going to respond in a place. And if some people they still have like hypervigilance and PTSD, or they get really anxious. They get, oh my gosh. And then like think about it with money. That's where a lot of people have this reaction with money too. Like this feels scary. This feels dangerous. I don't know where if I spend this money now, if I invest this money now, it's going to go, it's never going to come back. And what happens is you start feeling this sense of like, it's never going to get better. And so this is why I'm so opposed with things like Dave Ramsey, where he says like to, people who teach like cut back, cut back, cut back, because all it's doing is reconfirming that there's not enough to go around and that you're supposed to completely restrict how much money you have instead of expanding into the more and allowing and attracting in more wealth to you. Now, being able to hold that wealth this is where the thing that you're doing right now. You are not in a place if you can't hold big wealth, or if you haven't hit $1 million, if your business is not where you want it to be, if you're still repeating patterns, if you still haven't broken through to that next level that you know you should be at already, damn it, you're running an old programming, an old patterning that you have not re-regulated. So for me with money, I've re-regulated my patterns. So this is how you can do it. Are you guys enjoying this? I don't see any comments. What the hell? There's got to be comments. Are you just like lurking? Um, Okay, there we go. Thank you, Therese. Um, so money needs to be circulated. So here's what you need to do. So for me, the moment this is back in 2020. So I said in June of 2020 I was going to be a millionaire this time next year. Well, I was. I made $1 million cash within that time period. But what I did to stretch myself is I made investments into mentors. So I started butting up against the fear. If you're not butting up against the fear or you're feeling the emotion that's kept you stuck, there's no way that your amygdala is going to be reprogrammed to another state. So I meditated like every day for 8 years for an hour, and I did breath work every day. If you're not doing breath work every day, you need to start doing that. I mean, it's really easy. It's like 4 breaths in, hold for 4, release for 4. What you're doing is you're just calming your nervous system to be able to get into a state. Like I literally would go and burn my freaking like Palo Santos. Like I'm going to show you I'm show you real simple what you can do every single day to start re-regulating your nervous system around certain things. So you want to go and butt up against the belief, whatever it is, and you want to face it and do something and opposing to it, because this is the only way you're going to change your state. I literally burned Palo Santos. I would like burn it. I would go into my breath work. I would do it for, I don't know, 5 minutes. You could do it for less. It doesn't matter. Like 4 in, 4 out. What you're doing is you're calming your sympathetic nervous system. For most women who are in that hyper masculine state, you're in your sympathetic state nonstop. And that the moment that you feel you wanted to, like, you try to relax, because my clients come to me like, I don't know how to relax. It feels lazy if I slow down. I don't know what to do. I don't want to be vulnerable. Vulnerability feels scary to me. You want me to share my emotions? Hell no. Let me put my armor back up. I want to just protect myself, because that's what you have trained yourself to feel comfortable in. So the moment that you slow down, it feels uncomfortable. And so your parasympathetic nervous system can't come kick in to come and then re-regulate your sympathetic nervous system. And so your prefrontal cortex can't do its job, which is to rationally tell you, hey, what you're thinking is crazy. Like I go back to dating the toxic guy. Your brain and I should not be dating this guy. Look, he is not even close to my level. He's not at my standard. What the hell? He's got like a dad bod. Like, what am I thinking over here? Like, I'm a queen over here. Why am I dating this guy? Right? When you start doing that, and your brain and your prefrontal cortex is telling you no, but your amygdala is going to go, oh, no, 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 no. We're going to go back to the toxic dudes. We're going to go do the toxic things. We're going to lower standards because it's normal to you. It feels normal. So that's what your amygdala is going to do. It's going to go back to what's normal. So your job is to rewire it. So how do you do it? You have to butt up against it. You have to face the things that you haven't been facing. And this is like, you ever read that book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway? This is exactly what you got to do. So when it came to money, what I did was I was like, it all happened in a sequence, like a time period where I was like, all right, I had to rewire my belief systems around money. I had to go from a scarcity to an abundance thinking. I was the most scarce thinking person you could ever find out there. And I had to get out of survival, because when you're in that amygdala and you're only relying on your sympathetic nervous system, you're constantly in survival. You cannot create from survival state. You cannot quantum leap from it. You cannot have results that don't make sense. You can't be delusional in there, because you always want to have your whole environment controlled at all times. So you're like, everything's got to be here. People got to stop doing what they're doing. You got to shut up over there. You got to stop what you're doing. And then I can do what I need to do over here. That's not how it works. So what you need to do is you have to find places where you're going to be able to expose what you're doing, expose that you're feeling a certain way. So this is where you got to be really good at awareness and really tracking your patterns. And when you can clock that, hey, I'm doing this thing again that I always do. Like, it could be even like when I go to purchase my Starbucks back in the day. If you guys don't know the story, I'll tell it to you really quickly. I kept getting triggered because they kept changing the price. They kept raising the price on me. And I was like, these mother effers, why do they keep raising the price on me? I'm like, I got this for 80 cents, this matcha tea. And then they changed it. They kept raising it. So I started getting triggered and triggered and triggered. And below that trigger was a core wound of betrayal. And that betrayal and my amygdala was making me go into that hypervigilance. And all of that was because I did not feel safe. So I needed to rewire how I was spending money, because I felt like every time I spent it, it was gone forever. Someone's going to betray me. And it was showing up in my spending habits. You guys clocking what I'm saying? So you want to see where you get triggered. You want to see where your amygdala is not regulated. And for almost everybody that I work with, it's for money, and sometimes it's for love, and many times it's for love and success on that next level, and being fully seen, showing up online and not giving a shit, and showing up and being fully your person and saying like, hey, look at me. I'm a badass over here, because we're worried about what people think. And so all of this is here for you to unlock when you master emotions. You master emotions, you're going to master success, love, and money. And when I see women going through the process with me, it's incredible, because now she's no longer in that state of hypervigilance or worry. And a lot of the times when someone's a high performer, high achiever, and she's owning a business, she's constantly on because she thinks that's the safest place to be, but it's actually not a truth. It's just what her system, her nervous system's been wired for. It's a state of being that's going to come crashing down, and it's going to be a burning point where you crash down, and then all of a sudden you're like, what happened? Okay, burnout, adrenaline fatigue. You can only use adrenaline and cortisol for so long to get by. And this is why most women have belly fat, why they're like their hair's falling out, why they're not sleeping at night, why they have perimenopausal coming in earlier, because they're pushing their bodies into this survival state that we can't do anymore. And so a lot of women think that's the place to have success, is to do this. And I'm going to talk all about this in my upcoming masterclass called the emotional baddie. So I don't know, can I put it down here? Let me see if I can drop the link here. It's in the description, but I know my team is not working right. Hey, yo, I can do it. Let's go. There's the link. Can I pin it? And you can pin this shit. Basically, I'm learning shit all the time. All right. So stay with me. So for me, I'm going to use money because who here would love to be regulated with money? Raise your hand up high. So I'm going to take some cash over here. So let's say we got money, right? I never fear that this is going to run out. Well, that's delusional, Shamina, because it can't. No, it can't. It will. A client will come in, something will come in, I'll have unexpected cash come in. The money will always be there. It'll always be there. It'll always be there because I re-regulated the parts of my body that was holding a story that told me that I couldn't have it. Parts of my body that lived in fear over money. Like I was raised that if you spend it, it'll go away. You could waste money. That I would die if I didn't have money. I mean, technically that's kind of true. If we didn't have money, we'd be on the streets, right? I don't know if we'd die right away. But our survival state is telling us that if we don't have this, you need to be worried about it 24/7. I will tell you, as I sit here in front of you today, I am never, ever worried about money. The conviction that I have that money's going to be there all the time, it is 1000% there for me. I notice a lot of women have a lack mindset. They don't have the capacity to be generous and always thinking of what they can get and always thinking of what they can get from other people. Right. So hey, I'm so happy that you're here live. I love that people are coming in. Okay. So having a lack mindset, it looks like this. Girl, where'd you get those shoes from? Unless it's Louboutins, you already know the red bottoms. You can't lie about that. And girl, where'd you get those shoes from? I don't know, girl. I can't remember. But she actually knows where it is because she feels like if she tells somebody else where she got her shoes from, that she is not going to be special anymore. Someone else will take away from her specialness. That means that she's got a lack mindset. And people who are judging other people with their money, that's the quickest way for you to show and expose your lack mindset. Judgment is one of the biggest parts. I don't judge anybody anymore. I'm like, hey, if you want to do what you want to do, what the hell's going on outside? It sounds like coyotes and fire station going off. I don't know. Anyway, it's being able to find that there's more in abundance. This is why I will tell people never ever stop getting your Starbucks or whatever is your Seven Brews, the new thing right now. Don't ever stop doing that because if that makes you happy, you go and enjoy it because we're here to live a life of enjoyment. We don't want to constrict because that puts us into a state where amygdala goes, fear. It doesn't feel safe. And whenever the amygdala gets this danger notification, it doesn't matter what your conscious thoughts are. You won't even get to program your subconscious anymore to believe something else because you're in a state of survival. You're in a state of this is unsafe, it's unsafe, unsafe. So being able to get into another state where you believe that everything's coming to you and believe that money will never leave you, you have to re-regulate that. And the way that I've re-regulated it is, I mean, there's many different steps, but I really mark my triggers. What triggered me? Where is my lack mindset sitting? Where don't I believe that I can have it all? Where am I sitting here going that judging or being jealous of another woman? I'll tell you right now, I'll tell you, I saw women when I came into um, when I came into this online space and I saw these bitches with G-Wagons and Rolexes and Cartier. I was like, and flying first class and having their like Louis Vuitton blankets on the plane. Okay, I have all of that now. And taking their kids and, well, they didn't have kids, but taking themselves to Europe first class and taking helicopters in Monaco. I was like, my turn. I'm going to do that too. Whenever I saw that success, I would say, if she can, I can. And I want you to type that in the chat. If she can, I can. Yes, more is coming, Robbie. But when you believe and when you can really celebrate another person's success and not look at it as unfair or why not you? Like, how come not you? You know you're at a place to really explode and expand. Being able to see another person's success go, well, if she can do it, I can do it. And we want those brave women to go before us because then it shows us where we're not stepping up. It shows us what we're capable of. Now, our job is that's right. If she can, I can. Let's go. Drop it in there. And when you're able, if you guys haven't got my book yet, Unlocking the Quantum Woman, you should go grab this book. It'll change your life. We almost have 300 5-star reviews, by the way. Thank you for everybody who's read it, who's left a review. It's on audio. I know some of y'all listening to like every single day, 6 times a day. And go check out my show, Unapologetically Rich Show. We're kicking butt over there too. Now, If you see yourself being jealous for a minute, don't judge yourself. What I want you to do is I want you to go, why do I feel and think this way? What story do I have that's making it feel safe for me to also think that's possible for me? You should never dim your light or think that you can't have it. Look, there was no rhyme or reason with the state that I was in when I started creating this wealth. There's no I had a negative bank account. Man, I had credit cards on maxed out. I was divorced, trying to figure things out. I had a house. I couldn't really keep up with the payments, but I didn't want to move my kids out of it, which thank goodness that I never did because now my kids are so emotionally regulated. Like they have secure attachments. They're emotionally intelligent and they love themselves. And man, I broke generational trauma with that shit. Anyway, and created generational wealth. I'm telling you right now, it's possible wherever you're at. And I look at women who have a lot of money, but then they can't keep it or they fear that it's going to go away. And they're worried about using it, investing it, spending it. This relates into your business too. It affects your business because whatever you're thinking and feeling and the lens that you see the world through, your business is also going to represent that and it's going to show up there. So I want every woman to think about her next level. I want you to design your dream day. And then I want you to reverse engineer it and find out how can I create this reality for myself? And where in your body is it telling you that you can't have it? Because a body is going to be the clue giver. Neville Goddard said you've got to feel it real. What he was trying to say is until you can feel that emotional state, so you can see and feel and be in that end result, it won't come fast. But what he didn't tell you is that you've got to have an emotionally regulated nervous system. You have to re-regulate the amygdala so that you're not constantly in your sympathetic nervous system, so that your parent sympathetic nervous system can come in and be like, "Hey, we got this under control." Your vagus nerve is like, "All right, we got this. We can get into the state of beingness." This is why they say there's an alpha theta state when you wake up in the morning and when you go to bed. This is when you're half asleep. This is when you program your subconscious. You either read something, you listen to something right before you go to bed. Scrolling on TikTok or on the whatever is probably not the thing to do. Listening to my meditation or something that might be something for you, or watching something that makes you feel and think in a certain way. You're going to be able to get to your subconscious a little bit easier because you won't be there in a heightened alert. Waking up in the morning and doing your meditation and then going to journal afterwards. That's a really good place to be. Um, but being able to regulate the state is what's really important. And then you realize, hey, I'm not so broken. There's not all these things wrong with me. I can break this. I can break this pattern. So I would find all the places that make you go, oh shit, and make you go, oh, and "Ugh," and feel that tension in your body. It's going to be a clue giver to you. All right, what do I need to feel here? Why I teach emotional mastery. Get into the Emotional Baddie Masterclass. There's the link to sign up for it. And I just got to say, I love YouTube. I love you people on YouTube. I had my wealth conscious event in Chicago, and man, half the room was you guys. And I just say, I'm just like, thank you. Thank you for your support. Oh my God, my heart feels so big. I'm going to cry. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for leaving comments. Thank you for just trusting me with your journey. And I hope that you're getting a ton of value from what I'm teaching you. Listen, I just have gone through this process. My goal is to have millions of people listen and understand that we do not need to be in suffering anymore. We all get to be unapologetically rich. We get to have what we want. We could get to do big things in this lifetime. We get to go explore, travel. If life has it for us, we get to enjoy it and have it. We should not have to feel like we are it's not attainable. Like we get to have whatever it is we want. You know, when I started this journey, I guess I was so delusional to think that it would happen. And I didn't believe that it couldn't. I'm like, well, I saw a woman with it. I'm like, okay, I can do it too. I'm smart enough. Who do I need to be? What do I need to do for me to feel into a state that that's the truth? I will tell you every single day of my life, I'm working on a result. Making $1 million a month is where my goal is right now. Why? Because I can do so much with it. I can enjoy it. I want to create a fund for young girls from 13 to 18 so that I can get to them so they can become emotionally mastered, so they can look at and be like my daughter who has high standards for herself. You know what she can do? She can feel all her emotions. And then 2 or 3 days later, she's fine. She can break up with somebody, feel the emotions all the way through 2 or 3 days. And it's like her superpower is to feel. And it doesn't hold her back. All her emotions just go right through her. She does not become her emotions. Man, if I can get so many young girls to feel that. And she's a baddie. These young girls are bad. If you have not listened to her on my Unapologetically Rich show, go listen to her. She was 17 at the time. She's 18 now. And I'm like, damn, I went and did the work so she didn't have to suffer anymore. Like, she just doesn't know what it feels like to be me. Like, I look at her and I'm like, shit, if I at her age could have reprogrammed myself and know what it felt like to be safe, huh, I don't know where I'd be. I mean, I just feel like all kids deserve to have that chance to feel what it feels like to be safe and to feel like their emotions are something that they can co-create with, and not that there's things that they have to suffer with on a daily basis. There's too many kids right now depressed and going through cycles and feeling alone. And I know the reason why she's such a baddie and so confident is because she has that emotional mastery. Look, I can talk about my kids all day long. And my son, he's the bigger lover. You know, he came up to me when it was last year, and he said, "Mom, thank you for making it safe for me to feel my emotions." What boy says that? This is why I do this work. I want all of us to feel like this. I want all of us to feel into a state that life doesn't have to be so hard. We get to have what we want. So anyway, I came on here. I hope to see you guys. If you guys have any questions for me, I'd love to get them right now. Hey, you got me live. Ask me anything. Ask me anything right now, and I'm here to help you. Do your breath work in the morning. Anytime you get triggered, I want you to watch why you got triggered. It's giving you information. It's giving you knowledge and data. This is where I am not regulated. I need to regulate here. I want you to follow yourself. I have a practice that I do, and you'll learn about it in my book about your trigger journal. If you get the book, go in here and I talk about it. You become the master, so you're no longer reacting. You get to respond. You get to decide how you want to hand your power over, or how you want to engage people. Look, we can't control everybody out there. What we can do is control ourselves. We control what we feel and what we're thinking. We can't control other people, what they say, think about us. You know, you'll never see in my content stuff like this. Let's not care about people think about us and da da da. Because I stay in my lane. Because I'm so emotionally mastered right now, I don't even see those people. I don't even know where they are. That's why my show is called Unapologetically Rich. I don't care what people think. I'm here to have my own success. I don't have to say why I want money. Like, a woman joined my group and she's like, "Well, I care about all these things." It was just different things. And she let herself out of my group. It's a quantum woman group. You should go join it because it's a bumping group. And I'm like, "Baby, didn't you know you could have those things and anything else?" But when someone's in lack, they don't see that they can have it all. They don't see that they can have things. They call it materialistic. It's the meaning that you assign to something is why you won't have it. But I decided to change the meaning because I decided I've gone through my suffering in my lifetime. I've been healing for 13 years. F all of that shit. I'm going to do what I want. I've been a single mom for 13 years. I've had 13 Christmases, 13 birthdays, 13 New Year's Eves without a man in my life because I put my children first. But look at them. I went and did my healing work so my babies wouldn't have to go through what I did. I chose to end my marriage to go heal myself. Really hard decision to make. And I'm like, okay, well, now I did that. What am I going to do now? I better work on me then, because something went wrong with my marriage for me to want to leave it. And so I got to work on me. And I poured into myself. I spent close to $1 million on self-development, on healing, on reading books, on programs, on you name it. So you don't have to do as much as I did. So come learn from me. And I live in abundance. I know that I can have wealth, you can have wealth. I know I can have success, you can have success. I know that I can feel love, you can feel love. I know that you can have a banging body, I can have a banging body, you can have a banging body, whatever it is you want. I want to see you win. When you win, I win. It's so important to me. How do you start doing that, responding instead of reacting? So, Karen, here's a great thing. The moment that someone pisses you off, let's take driving, because here, this is where I'm still trying to master this sometimes. Because your girl over here, I have a G Wagon, right? So it's a little fast, it's a little loud. And I'm like, get out of the left lane. So I'll notice when I'm driving. This is where I live in Chicago, out in Chicago here. And so we're a little bit of aggressive drivers. We're city drivers. The moment someone pisses you off, but I don't get like real pissed off. I'm just like, okay, baby, just if you need to go somewhere, go. But if why are you not driving? Get over in the right lane. I'm having conversations with them. But when I get really upset, I'll sit there and I'll go, what don't I feel is in control right now? Why don't I feel like I'm in control? And what old story is popping up right now and telling me that I got to feel this way? Because it's always an old story. It's always an old programming. It's always an old experience. Like I go to five-star hotels and I didn't always stay there, by the way. I mean, I've had my fair share in some other hotels, but now that I can, I expect a level of service. So if things aren't done right, I'm not afraid to speak up. I'm not afraid to say this, but I'll get upset. Because I'm like, I'm paying for this service. I expect this. That's like kind of how I go through it. Like that's what my triggers right now. But when you get really hot headed, because I used to be hothead, if you catch me on that Chicago L and I was be pissed off one day, man, you would have heard it from me. And I had to go and find out why did I feel like I was out of control. And most of it came from a place of untransmuted energy inside of me. It was my trauma that was inside of me, telling me that life was unfair, telling me that I wasn't special, telling me I was unworthy. You guys know, if you're new to me, I teach about 3 core wounds: unworthiness, betrayal, and abandonment. And I feel like I had all of them. My biggest one, though, is unworthiness. And I had to go through that process of feeling and reparenting myself and reparenting my amygdala to start feeling special and raising my standards so that I could see the world through the lens of that I knew that I was capable of. So start tracking, right? Do you have my book, Karen? Go get this book. You can download it right away, the audio. And what section is it? It's about tracking your triggers. It's in here. And I teach you how to track your triggers and how to rewire it. I mean, our childhood wounds are there as part of our triggers. When you are not taught to process your emotions all the way out, they stay frozen in us. Either we become the ice queen, we put up armor, we shut down, we numb ourselves, we don't know how to process. And these things are what affect us so that we cannot become emotionally mastered. So we react. We're like, you shouldn't do that. F you, screw you. Like we get mad at people because we have this emotion. So anger is like the top layer. Here's a great thing. Next time you get angry, go find a tree outside and scream your ass off at this tree till you cry. Get it out there. A lot of people don't even know how to cry because it's unsafe to cry. Women who come work with me in my mentorship, in my millionaire club, and my wealthy CEO programs, they want this breakthrough and they're unable to cry because they've shut down. Crying seems weak. It's too vulnerable. It's like, I don't want to do that. I've got to stay strong. I've got to stay in survival. So crying is holding them here and then they become ice queens. And so this is not where you can actually use those emotions. Okay. Um, okay, Karen, I knew that. That's why I said that. I'm intuitive, right? So without Shamina, what are some signs we're regulated? Okay, here's a great one. You get you get this feeling and you go, so, okay, give me an example. Why is my necklace all doing this? Hold on. I wore it. I had 2-hour massage today, and I wore it, and I don't know if I got something in it. So, what are some signs that we're feeling safe? That you are safe and regulated? Is that what you want to ask? That you are safe? Okay. When you feel safe and regulated, so when you're safe and regulated, your frequency that you're going to emit and mirror out into the world is going to be what you actually want to attract. So when you're feeling regulated, here's how it goes. It's like I'll give you me with money when I feel regulated. Bank accounts dropping, bank accounts dropping. I had a big event here in Chicago. I had to spend a lot of money, invest a lot of money in hiring everybody. It was close to, I don't know, 70 G's, man, that went out. Then my accountant calls me and says, "Hey, you have taxes you must pay." I'm like, "Oh shit." All of this came. Then I had something else come up within like a 2-week period. It's $300,000 close I had to put out cash. And so for most people, they'd be like, what bridge do I need to get to jump off? Right. And I was like, okay, we have two options here. We either feel, we feel what's coming up. Okay. We identify, what am I feeling right now? That's a lot of money going out. That's a lot of money going out. Okay. What are you feeling in your body? Well, old me would have felt worry, stressed. I would have started panicking. I would have started getting into a place of like hypervigilance, like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of money. What are we gonna do? The money's gone forever. And what I had to do, and this I'm gonna show you, I'm telling you what the signs are, but I'm telling you how I did this, is breathe through it. I was like, all right, you can sit here and worry about it, but what is that gonna really do for you? Because what you're gonna send out into the world, I'm worried about money. And you know damn well more is coming. So do you sit here and worry about what's gone, or do you sit here and go into the state of more is coming? The moment that my prefrontal cortex could tell my amygdala, my nervous system, hey, we're good. All of a sudden now I'm like, we're Gucci, baby. Everything's fine. And cash started rolling in. I can't go back to a place that I've already graduated from. And when you're graduated from that place, you don't have the same fear is not going to be the component that's running that state of beingness. Calmness will be, peace, serenity. It's okay. You ever see a Buddhist monk? They don't worry about shit. I shouldn't have said shit and Buddhist monk in the same sentence, but they're very stable. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. We're going to be okay. When you're around someone who has that calm state of beingness, their consciousness is open because they're in a different frequency. They're at a different level. Now, people who worry a lot, this is one thing that people overcome when they start working with me. They don't worry about money anymore the same way. They're not worried because they start regulating their nervous system. The emotional Baddie, if you haven't signed up, go get it. It's right there. Because worry is only going to create more worry. Lack is only going to create more lack. So when you know that you're in a state where you could be flipping, you got to start going, okay. And here's another thing you can do to try and regulate. You hold yourself in and you breathe through the fear that's coming up and you start telling your nervous system it's okay. And some people need a deeper healing. They need to go deeper. They need to do deeper things. Hopefully that answer your question. What else do we got here? Yes, if she can, I can. Really, money it's never about money. It's always about fear and feeling safe. That's really what it is. And when people understand that they can re-regulate themselves when that fear comes up, it's amazing. But here's the thing, most people will never get to the edge of their fear. So that's why they'll never regulate. I know that sounds crazy, but you ever hear about people who lose their fortunes? They lose all their money and then they make it all over again. And people who have come up stories where they're like, I was down on my last dollar. I was at the end of it. All the money was gone. And then all of a sudden they became successful. Because I'll tell you, and I actually have never shared this anywhere in any video. So you guys are going to get some game. And it was just coming in and hopefully it keeps coming in. Because when you get to a state, y'all are listening? When you get to a state where you have nothing to lose, you are facing the biggest fear that you've ever had. And it's out of your control. You have one option to do. You sit there and you go, okay. Well, two actually. Two options. You sit there and you give up and you go right into the state of being where you're like, all right, everything's falling apart. I'm going to give up on life. Or the other option was like, well, it's going to have to work right now. And there's no freaking plan B. It's on. It's on. And in that moment, when everybody loses everything, they feel the fear and then it goes away. Because now they're not afraid of something anymore because they hit the place where it was rock bottom. They hit the place where they like that they've been fearing their whole lives, but they hit it. And so they're like, that was it? What the hell was I worried about? That's not going to affect me. And so now that's where the re-regulation comes from. And that's why I tell people it's not when you have the cash is when you're actually going to feel the regulation. It's when you hit the bottom. That's when you get to a place where you don't feel safe anymore and you're not feeling that fear, well, how can you feel any more fear? I've already hit it. What's there to fear? My money's gonna be gone? Well, it's gone already. That's what happened to me. When I was in 2020, I was like, thought I was gonna lose my house. This is what my fear was. My kids and I were gonna have to live in my car. I was gonna go to Lifetime. I don't know how I was gonna keep that membership, but I was gonna go to Lifetime. That was part of the plan. I was going to Lifetime to shower, and I had a Sequoia at the time, and my G wagon. None of us can live in there right now, but I was gonna be in my Sequoia, and then I made money by listening to this one mentor that I found, and I listened to her, and I signed on a private client, and I signed up some people for a program. And I was like, because I had left law. Well, I was leaving law, like leaving it, left it. It was all in the same breath. And I made some money, but I was like, can I do it again? Can I redo it again? And I took that money and I invested in her when I was scared shitless. I felt another level of fear. Okay. Then I said I was going to be a millionaire in a year. I felt another level of fear. That was June 2020. You could look at my socials, you'll see me saying the video. I was scared shitless saying it. I just kept facing all my fears when it came to money. And what happened is I got to a state where I was like, I felt safe now. Because what else was there? What else was there to fear? There was nothing else. Except when I made $1 million, it was another level and fear came back. Okay, can I hold this? My next level is making $1 million a month. Fear's coming back. Got to regulate again. What would that mean? Will people judge me making $1 million a month? Will people say that's too much money? Why do you want that much money? What do you want to do with it? Okay, well, what's next? You have to dig up and find all the fear around the cash, the money, the safety. And when you get there, then you got to regulate. So I remember I was sitting on my bed and it was July 2020. I just made this investment into this mentor. It was like $3,000 a month. And I was scared shitless because the world had come to an end, or so to speak. And I'm like, I should be saving all this cash up. I'm like, how am I going to pay for this house? What the hell's going to happen? The apocalypse is here. And I was like, no, I'm going to invest in this lady. I'm just going to go for broke at this point because what else am I going to do? I'm going to do it and I'm going to make more money. And I remember sitting there and like just panicking to invest in her. And then when I did it, I was like, what the hell was I worried about? What the hell? That was so easy. When you can find the fear, you will find the frequency. I should write that down. That's pretty damn good. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys. Yeah. What's the genre of my book? No, it's 4 keys to unlocking the life of your dreams. It's practical things in this book. I'm telling you, this book has like journal prompts. Don't buy the one. There's a journal on there that people are, that's not mine, but there's journaling prompts. I lead you through, go read the reviews. There's so many good reviews. I lead you through a process of where you can identify and master emotions. A woman just sent me a message on Instagram and said she's 10 minutes into the audio and she already started crying. You will have, it's life changing. It's got 5 stars, 292 reviews right now, 5 stars still. I'm so proud of this book. This book is how I have overcome the things in my life. I've given it to you as a gift. Okay. What else do we got? I think I shared a lot with you guys. Are you guys glad that I went live? Holy shit. It's been 45 minutes. Any other questions? I'm here to serve. I'm doing trigger management for more than a year and I see a slight improvement, but I still feel trapped by negative feelings and frustrations of fear. That is not normal. When you start doing my trigger stuff, you should probably see a result within 30 days. So I do not feel it's normal. I feel like there's something underlying that you're not moving the trauma or the situation, or you're getting to the root of it. It's a band-aid situation. You need to get to the root of why you're having the trigger so that you can then now re-regulate that trigger so it no longer has something. Like, listen, sometimes you might have that trigger forever, but it's like how much it triggers you goes down, like it lessens. So a trigger here might be like, and then over time it goes, and then you process it within 3 seconds. That's ideally what we want to do. Or you forget you even had a problem with it. And you're like, wow, it used to piss me off. I forgot that it bothers anymore. Like that's what happens to women. They come in my group. They're like, oh, I didn't even know. I forgot that even was an issue. I think being a lawyer for so long, like I have this mindset of like, how do we How do we get to the root of something? Like, I'm an evidence-based person. I like tactical things. I also am very spiritual. And I know that energetically, if I don't move certain things through, it'll affect my frequency. You know, like when somebody is in a place where they're like, when they're in a heightened state of awareness, when your emotions are high, your intelligence is going to be low. So I always want, oh, you do? Yay. If you guys have had my book and you haven't left me a review yet, I would love it. I read them all. I would love it if you gave me one on Amazon and the audio, whatever it is that you're listening to. But when you're in a heightened state of awareness and you can't get your prefrontal cortex to kick in and tell you, hey, don't worry about this, then your amygdala is taking over and controlling the game. And we don't want that anymore. We want to get to a place where you are not letting yourself, your old story, run your life. You want to be able to create a new reality every single day when you wake up. You want a fresh, clean slate. And too many times, this is why Eckhart Tolle talks about the power of now. He wants you to be present, so you're not bringing up the past or past experiences that are affecting your today. So if you've been doing trigger management for a year, then something's got to give. There's something that's not connecting you for you to release the old story. Like, you remember Dr. Phil used to say, "What's the payoff? Why do you still want to believe that? There's a payoff. Everybody has a payoff." And it could be your body holding the payoff, your mind, your memory, whatever it is keeping you in a false sense of safety. It's not real. It's keeping you in a place where you think that you're safe because it's comfortable and normal. And that's the patterning that we have to break. So every time we want to step out and do something new, that newness feels uncomfortable because it's like butting up against our edge. And that's where a lot of people shut down and then don't go all the way through. I hope that helps. Okay. I think that's it. I resigned from my job in October and trusting the money's coming in. Okay, Kathleen, that's great. That's awesome. Listen, I always say keep the job unless you've got cash banked up. Keep the job and let the job fund the new thing, whatever it is that you're doing. But if you got rid of it, then your only belief right now is that it's working out for me and that everything is coming into alignment, and get into that state, right? Get into a place of course it's working out for me, and then have an action plan of how you're going to go about creating that wealth for yourself. Obviously, you have money saved up. You want to just jump ship if you didn't. Um, are money and love the same vibration? Okay, so here's the tip on that. Are you still on, Teresa? Is she still here? Therese. So this is what I believe. Yes. And here's how it works. If you ever, love, it's the frequency that you want to be in to attract the thing that you want. That's really what the similarity is, right? So if you want to attract love and you want to attract money, it's kind of the same thing. Whether you get the love and you get the money will all depend on whether or not you are believing consciously and subconsciously that you can receive it. Also, that your body is wired to receive it, that your body's not rejecting the thing that you want. Third, that you've raised your standards so much to be in alignment with the thing that you want that you're mirroring it back in your life. So let's take love for an example. A lot of women that I've worked with, I would consider them that are high value women. I'm a high value woman myself. Now, we know that we deserve to have, and this is in everything I'm saying with love, just replace with money. Okay. And just stay with me for a second. You guys with me? If you have not left me a heart, I love to right here. Okay. So you desire love. And right now, what's going on, I love what's happening. The consciousness for women, we're like, we do not, like, I think that us women, deserve to have rich spouses and significant others taking care of us. We get to be treated like queens. We get to be protected for, provided for. I make my millions and he'll bring his stuff in to take care of me. I mean, why not? Right? That's the way it is. And then we've been programmed that we have to take care of everything, pay for everything. And I believe that we're doing it wrong. Being a single mom and doing everything myself, I had to do it. But I still believe my ex-husband was an amazing provider when we were married. Like he took care of everything, paid for everything. I paid for a lot of things. I paid for the house, those things. I paid for some things too. But he's a great provider. We should be taken care of and taken care of by men coming in. And I'm I'm using opposite sex right now, but same sex, it could be the same thing because we have masculine and feminine energy with both. Now, you're desiring love to come into your life. You're taking care of yourself. You're going to the gym. You're working on your mindset. You are loving yourself, right? You are working. You have a beautiful home. And then you're like, where's the guy? Now, or a guy comes in and you're like, gosh, it's the same thing again. It's the same emotionally unavailable man, toxic patterning, does not call me back. I have to sit there and chase them. The communication is terrible. And so what's happening here? So money, you're sitting here wanting to receive money. Gosh, I'm giving you guys lots of game right now. So money, I love you, money. Money's here to support me, take care of me. But are you sitting there magnetizing it to you? Are you sitting there magnetizing clients to you? Are you magnetizing people to you? Are you magnetizing people who are in alignment with you? So, who was it? Oh my gosh, they're OGs. They've been around for a long time. Um, Esther Hicks would say you got to tune into that frequency, right? Tune into the frequency. So you can be a high value woman, but if you are not tuned into a high value frequency, you will not attract the high value divine masculine man who is healthy, emotionally centered, loving, coming to protect and take care of you, because that's what we all want as strong women, right? We want powerful women. We want a strong divine masculine man coming in. I know my man's on his way to me. And so, and here's how you'll know, because your environment will show you. So you'll be looking and be like, why is this guy emotionally unavailable again? And then he's not, I didn't even like him. He liked me first. What the heck's going on? Then all of a sudden you'll be like, why hasn't he called me? What is he doing? Let me go stalk his social media. Like, And he texts you and you're like, you get giddy. And you're like, oh, you know what? He's not that bad. You know what? I can deal with his dad bod. You know, maybe he'll be okay. And you start like justifying why you should be with this person, because you're like little by little, every time you say, oh, it's okay that he's not 6'2". Oh, it's okay he doesn't have a lot of money. Oh, it's okay. He has like a belly. And bellies are not wrong on guys, by the way. I mean, if a man's watching this, we love everybody. I'm just saying, like, I'm just using an example. Okay. Oh, he doesn't have a job. Oh, he doesn't have a car. He doesn't, whatever, like you're negotiating all these things, right? All of a sudden, your high value frequency has come down to here. So now you're attracting these types of guys. But then you're like, why? What are you doing? You know you're beautiful, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're successful, you make your own money. Why are you doing this? Like, why am I doing this? Because your amygdala is telling you to. Because your amygdala is going back to a very familiar, known place where you had to earn love, where it was hard, that your unworthiness was tied up with love. And so you go back to the old programming where your amygdala is like, it is unsafe to attract a very high value man because I don't deserve that. You're not consciously saying this, right? This is a response mechanism that's happening from a dysregulation. And so you attract that person into your state. You're not attracting the high value man. So then you start lowering your standards. So you're not even at a frequency to tune into the high value man anymore because you're entertaining this. So you're like, why can I stop? And then this is why women love bad boys. This is why they want to have, sex with guys who are like, you know, he's so hot, or, he's like, but you know, it lasts like 8 weeks or something, like max, or like 6 weeks. And you're like, oh, I'm so tired of this. Or you're tired of him from the beginning and he's inconsistent and all of these things. And you're still hanging on and you're not like, why haven't I broken off with this yet? Why don't I know that safe, secure connection is good? Oh, it's boring because your amygdala is wired for that fear-based connection. And this is what most women are doing when it comes to money too. Make sense? Wait till you come to the emotional baddie masterclass. I'm gonna break it all down with slides and show you exactly about this. I hope you guys enjoy this. Wow, we got a bunch of you. And can you guys hit the love button? The love button, because then other people watch this video. And I'm sorry that I have not been making videos on the channel. I took a little break and I'm sorry about that, but I will be back. We have a slew of videos that are queued up to come on the state and the channel. And if there's something that you want me to talk about and you want me to make a video on, let me know. Send me a message at support@shaminataylor.com or hit me up on Instagram. Send me a message. Join my Quantum Woman group. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. I love being on here. If you guys want me to come live again, let me know. I'll come back live again. Did you guys enjoy this live? Yes, yes, no, no. Did you enjoy it? I enjoyed it. I wish I could see you guys though. I love when I can interact. I'm going to be in LA next week too. Is anybody going to be in LA? I'm going to be in LA speaking. I don't know if you guys are going to be, anybody's from LA. And if some of you are wondering about my programs, the Millionaire Club or the Wealthy CEO, if you have a business, the Wealthy CEO for Be For You. The Millionaire Club is if you want to rewire your mindset, master your emotions, go through my program, and be able to get into that frequency to become your millionaire self and attract the wealth that you want. Send me a message and you can come chat with us. It is $10,000 to invest in that program, but anybody starting now before the end of the year, they're going to get extra months. And the Wealthy CEO is my business program, and we have amazing women in there. And that is a $25,000 investment, and we do have payment plans. So see me on the Emotional Baddie. Yeah, more lives. Yay! Okay. Yes. When are you speaking? I'm speaking on Wednesday at the W Hotel, and I probably can get you a free ticket if you send my team a message at support at shaminataylor.com. It's the W in West Hollywood, and I go on at 11 o'clock on Wednesday. It's the first day, and it's a women's empowerment event. So if you guys want to come, let me know and come check it out. I will be there, and I'd love to see you. And if you bring your book, if you have a book, I'll sign, I'll sign the book for you. I love you guys. You guys are why I show up. I'm so happy that I'm helping many of you. And to the woman who sent me a message and said I changed her life and I'm changing her life, I just want to say thank you, because those kind of messages keep me going, and it makes me want to show up and just be there and share everything that I have in my mind and my heart for everybody. I live in abundance, so I know that I'm not going to hoard any information. I won't gatekeep anything. I will tell you anything and everything you want to know to help you become the best, most greatest, most empowered, wealthiest, successful version of yourself, because we get to have it all. All right, with that, I'm going to jump off. So bye for now. Bye, everybody.